Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster, welcoming you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. Well, folks, we're right in the middle of a lot of our fall seasons, football in particular, and boy, have we got some teams here in the Birmingham area doing fantastic. Class 7A, for example, you've got Thompson, you've got Hoover, you've got Spain Park, and you've also got Hewitt-Trussville and Mountain Brook, all in the top 10. And I got a feeling some of those teams we just mentioned will be playing in the finals before this year is over, unless I'm completely wrong on that. Some outstanding teams. In Class 6A, you've got Clay Chalkville doing really well, Pinson Valley doing well, Ramsey doing well. And of course, in Class 5A, you've got Briarwood Christian still undefeated. Coach Fred Yancey and his team having a fantastic season. Then tonight we've got two outstanding volleyball coaches with some of their players, and we've got some teams that are doing very well all over the state here in Class 6A and 7A as far as volleyball is concerned. Now, the two teams we've got tonight, they're going to be ranked in the top 10, so you know they're having outstanding seasons thus far as well. So the season is halfway through. Now we're getting down to those area games where you're playing the teams in your area, which determines whether or not you'll have a first round game at home when the football playoffs get here. So all these games becoming very, very important. Same way for the volleyball girls. And of course, we've got cross country. The track, very late, very positive, a lot of hard work by a lot of good athletes. And once again, we're represented by a lot of these athletes here in the Birmingham-Jefferson County area. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our first guest of the evening, so don't you go away, and we'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors. A company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their number one objective.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well. And folks, welcome back. And you can tell we've got our first guest of the evening, and we're talking with Coach Kelsey Treadaway of the Mortimer Jordan Blue Devils. And Coach, before we get into talking about this year's team and the success that you and your young ladies are having thus far, tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to be the volleyball coach there.
I actually played at Mortimer Jordan, graduated in 2004, went to college, played basketball. And they told me I had to decide what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I decided to be a coach and actually went into it for basketball and actually loved the game of volleyball after coaching some of these girls, and now I just do that.
Well, let me ask you this, being an athlete yourself, Did you feel led? Did you have any idea that's what you wanted to do when you got out of school?
No,
I
I
was
did
going
not.
to say, most coaches don't. I'll sit here and I don't care what they're coaching. Most of them didn't think they'd head in that direction. So it's sort of strange how that happened. So what sort of led you into the coaching venue?
Playing myself and having some great coaches along the way. You know, now that I'm into it, I absolutely love it, and I can't see myself doing anything else.
Well, now, how many years you been there now?
I've been teaching and coaching for 6 years, but I've been with this program for about 5.
Okay, now going into this season, you've had a few seasons behind you, and maybe teams a little bit up or a little bit down or whatever. Going into this year, did you think that you had the young ladies, the athletes, that might be able to play the potential they're playing now?
Absolutely. Yeah, the girls before them have left a legacy, and everything that we've been working on, we've only progressed every year since. They bought into this program. And this group of girls, I know everybody says it, but this is a special group of girls, and I really think we can go far.
Well, the one question that I would ask you about, because all I know is what I see when I see volleyball. I don't see the intricacies of it, and because believe me, it's a coachable sport. So you've got to have. When I look at it as sort of offensive and defensive, and the defensive I see is if you've got people that can prevent other people from scoring, that's a big plus. Where on the offensive end, if you got players that can execute and score points, that's a big plus.
Correct.
Now, having said that, now you've coached this long enough. What is your philosophy? Do you feel like that's the way you have to prepare your team, or do you sort of coach your teams to its strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, I definitely like to find out their strengths and weaknesses at the very beginning of the season. You obviously want to progress on both of those, but if you have a weakness that stands out to other teams, they can pick that apart. So I guess I do a little bit. Volleyball is very mechanical. You have to do very basic stuff all year long, and then everything else progresses from that. But I definitely think I focus on our weaknesses the most.
Well, because what's that old saying? The weakest link is your strongest. That's how strong your chain's going to be, so to speak.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you, going into this season and the seasons prior, do you have a philosophy? Does it start with defense first or offense first, or you are more or less dictated by the athletes you have to work with?
I would say defense, because passing, if you can't pass the ball, you can't play volleyball. And so everybody on my team should know how to pass, and I would say with that. So if you have good passes, then you can have a good set, then you can kill the ball, and obviously that's where your offense comes from. It's good defense.
And would you explain it sort of that way? It reminds you of other sports where defense wins games,
Absolutely.
so to speak.
Basketball.
But in this case, and defense definitely keeps you in games where you might be struggling a little bit putting points together, but as long as the other team is struggling, you still have a chance at the end.
Absolutely.
Right? Well, we'll talk about, and let's talk about female athletes in general right now for a few moments. It seems like the last few years that the young female athlete has really improved in 2 ways. One, in the numbers that you have competing, and in 2, the work they put into it to be the best athletes they can be. Talk about how you've seen that progression through your career.
The group of girls I have are a very competitive group of girls. So you even see like their work ethic. If the guys are working hard, they want to outdo them. So I think we progress as far as that. They work just as hard in the weight room in the summer, running, working out, everything they do, practices. I just think they've come a long way.
Well, and another angle I want to look at about this way as well, through the years, the young ladies have had more sports programs take place in college that has allowed them that opportunity to earn those scholarships and go on to the next level as well. So through the years, and maybe it all started back even when you were playing, it seems like we've seen more young ladies be more athletic and involved in more athletics.
Absolutely. College debt is not the best. If you can get a scholarship, which a lot of girls can in these sports that they play, that'll definitely help. And club ball's gotten very popular, especially in our sport, which takes them to the elite level. So yeah.
Well, one question I want to ask you about that is, I'm glad you brought it up, and I didn't have to, so it opened the door. Club ball. Now, I have heard the positive and negatives of club ball. One, to me, the most glaring negative is they say it is ruining, quote unquote, park ball. And so now I can see on one hand why the better athletes want to compete against better athletes.
Correct.
In other words, hopefully making them better and probably enhancing their chances of being successful in their athletic career. But on the other side of it, it seems like we're dealing more with the top level athletes, and all of a sudden the ground root sports where you get started at, it's sort of being lost in the shuffle, isn't it?
It is. That's a hard thing to answer. I like club ball.
Right.
You know, I've had a few girls do it, and it does take them to another level, another talent level. I know other teams where it has destroyed them high school wise because those girls are playing club ball year round and not doing high school. I am very fortunate to have the girls that do high school as well as club. I try to make it fun because high school is an experience, a fun experience. I'm very competitive and want to win, but at the same time, I try to make it fun for them so that they do come and play for me. And like I said, I'm very fortunate that they do club and still play for me.
Well, let me tell you, as we close out, and the time seems to fly by, but as we close out here, tell me what your expectations are at this point for your team toward the end of the season. I think every coach wants their team to peak as you go along, and by the time the playoffs get here, be the best you can possibly be, because that's going to give you your best shot.
Yes.
Now, having said that, do you feel like this team that you've got this year has the possibility not only of making some playoffs, but maybe going deep into them?
Yes. Our expectations are to go further than we ever have. Obviously, win area, set ourselves up for regionals, and we want to win state, so I mean.
Well, it sounds like you're well on your way to taking the first steps, and I wish you continued success through the rest of the season, and may they continue to improve. And it'd be nice maybe to come and sit in a few weeks and maybe congratulate you over maybe a trophy. That would be nice. Well, good to see you.
Thank you.
Wish you all the luck in the world and the best for you and your team. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to visit some young ladies very instrumental in the outstanding season that they've had thus far. We'll be right back. The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their number one objective.
At Andrew Sports Medicine, we partner with our patients, trying to help them overcome the obstacles that keep them from achieving their goals.
This practice aggressively pursues victory over injury, over pain, over limitation, over anything that's going to keep you from being the best you can be.
It starts with our non-surgical physicians who are trained in sports medicine, orthopedic injuries. We have specialists in sports medicine with shoulders, elbows, and knees. We have hip specialists that do only hip surgery, including arthroscopy, minimally invasive resurfacing, and total hip replacement if needed. We have joint replacement surgeons. We have spine surgeons. We have surgeons that specialize in foot and ankle surgery and in hand surgery. So just about all the specialties of orthopedics are covered at Andrew Sports Medicine.
What makes the great surgeons great is their volume of experience at making decisions, whether that's intraoperative decisions, post-operative decisions, pre-operative decisions, the decision to operate on somebody or not operate on them. And so our volume here breeds good decision making. That gives us an edge in terms of making decisions for our patients, which ultimately is a lot of times the difference between success and failure. The teams, the players, the parents have confidence in us because they know we're going to communicate with them, we're going to create a plan unique to that athlete or that person, and we're going to get them back to their thing as quickly and as safely as we can.
At Andrew Sports Medicine, our mission is to partner with our patients and to help them succeed and achieve victory. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a grandparent with a shoulder problem, or a professional athlete, you get the same care, the same high-level technology, the same aggressiveness that we would in a professional athlete, and we treat everyone the same way. None of us like to lose. We're all very competitive, and we're not going to lose against their illness or their injury.
Have you had that Mexican food fix yet? If you haven't, then Speedy's is the place to go. Located in Hueytown, 1 block off Warrior River Road on Forest Road, you can call in your order or go through the drive-thru or dine in as our family and friends do on a regular basis. For everything from nachos to enchiladas to taco salads, you can't beat the taste of Speedy's Mexican food. Remember, that's the original Speedy's is back and better than ever. To phone in the order or for more information, the number to call is 744-4659. That's Speedy's Mexican Foods.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got 3 outstanding looking young ladies, but they're athletes first today because we're talking to them as athletes. And of course, we're talking about members of the volleyball team there at Mortimer, Jordan. And sitting closest to me, Michaela Ferris, right? And then Kayla Dollar. Yes, sir. And then Savannah, is it Shavers?
Shavers, yes,
Shavers.
sir.
Okay. Now, all you girls are seniors, okay?
Yes.
So that means you've been around the block, right? Well, as we get ready, before we start talking about your athletic expertise, being seniors off to college next year, I imagine, or have we got any scholarship offers, or do we know where we're going? And we'll start with you, Michaela. Do you know where you're going to go?
I want to go to UAB,
Okay.
but I don't have any scholarship.
Okay,
I don't
now if you go to UAB, what kind of courses do you think you might take, and do you have any idea what you'd like to do one day?
I want to major in nursing, but I don't know what I want to do.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be a great field to get into. Kayla, how about you?
I plan to go to UAB also, and I want to double major in accounting and finance.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes,
That's terrific. Savannah?
I'm not sure where I want to go yet, but I definitely know I want to major in nursing.
Oh, okay. Well, 2 possibilities of nurses maybe, and boy, we can use them now. That is for sure. All right, now let's get down to the business, and that is this volleyball team. Going into this season, y'all have got been ranked most of the year in the top 10, and so Michaela, did you feel like that? First of all, tell me what your aspirations were for you personally this year, and then your teammates.
I know that since I'm a senior, I need to be a leader, and I expect my teammates to come together and work together and not argue on the court and just bring everybody up.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, y'all don't realize how important senior leadership is to coaches, because Kayla, sometimes you guys can police one another a little bit better than the coach can, and it takes them off the hot seat, so to speak. But Kayla, are you a soft leader? Are you vocal? If somebody needs to be called down on something, do you have a problem with that?
No, sir. Actually, I'm very vocal because I am the setter. And I try if the coach gets on him about something, I try to tell him, to shake it off and, get the next point, because, that point's over with and it's time to move on to the next.
Yeah, now that's right. I mean, it's like a bad play. Sometimes we have them, but you don't let it linger up here.
Yes.
You just go get the next one, right? Savannah, how about you?
I'm very vocal. In the past years, I've tried to not be as vocal and just be more uplifting. So this year I've done a lot better of just telling everyone it's okay and just move on to the next point.
Well, it's nice that you expand on that a little bit, because sometimes we can say some things that end up with a negative connotation. You didn't mean it that way at all. So that's great. And we'll start with you, Savannah. When you looked at y'all's schedule, do y'all have a natural rivalry, or is there somebody on your schedule to look forward to seeing?
Definitely Gardell and Hayden, just because it's just we're right there close to each other. Each year, all teams definitely have a great volleyball program, and it's just very exciting to play them.
Okay. Now, How about you, Kayla? Who do you enjoy seeing?
I enjoy seeing Hayden because my freshman year I moved from there.
Oh, okay.
So I used to be a part of that team, and it's always, a exciting moment.
You're always looking for the bragging rights.
Oh, yes, sir.
I understand that. Savannah, how about you? Well, I'm sorry. Michaela, how about you? Who do you look forward to seeing?
I like Gardendale and Hayden too because I've played club with some people on Gardendale and some people on Hayden, so like it's just friends playing against each other. So.
Now, let me ask you a question. Us guys, we're very superstitious. Athletes are very superstitious. Are lady athletes very superstitious? All right. With that thought, Michaela, give me an example of what you're superstitious about.
Well, I always get the same person to braid my hair before every game. Like, my friend Skylar always braids my hair.
And if anybody else comes around, don't touch it, right?
Yes,
okay. Kayla, how about you?
I have a bow I wear, like depending on which jersey. I have 2 of them, and if I don't have the bow in, it's not a good night.
Yeah, we got to look sharp, play sharp,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I wish that was true, but it's really not, don't you? But that's okay. Savannah, how about you?
I've worn the same knee pads every game since freshman year. So,
Really?
Yep. I don't play a game without them.
Well, bless your heart. So you feel like it's definitely has something to do with the way you perform, right?
Definitely.
Well, we really all know all that stuff, don't we? But it's nice. If it gives us a mental edge, that's A-okay. But let me tell you something. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this or not, but no matter how fierce the rivalry, how much you want to beat somebody, how much you want to win or whatever, the good Lord don't really care if we win or lose. Let me tell you what he cares about. How we perform, Do we do it with class or we do it the other way? And I think that goes a long way in saying who we are. Now, we talked about maybe superstitions. Now, I know you girls, you got to be one because of the type of curriculum y'all are talking about, good in the classroom. So that takes work. Okay, 2, we know you play on an outstanding volleyball team, so you're good on the volleyball court. So that means y'all are working really, really hard to be good in the classroom and on the court. Now, I'm not interested in that. What I want to know is what do 3 young ladies do to unwind and just relax from the rigor of the textbook and the rigor of the competition, just to relax a little bit. Now, what would you do? Okay.
I like to shop and hang out with my friends.
You know what? I'll talk to girls a lot of times, and they'll say everything but that. And I'll tell them, I said, girls, the obvious thing with you women, I was looking for a shopaholic. Y'all love to shop. Shop till you drop, right?
Yes,
that's nice. Yeah. Is it clothing or are there any kind of items that you're particularly picky about when you're shopping?
No, I just like clothes.
Okay, well that's good. All right, Kayla, how about you?
I just like to hang out with my friends and
Really?
just relax from all the studying and playing constantly.
Yeah. Savannah?
I like to hang out with friends too. So just.
Really? All right, now listen, you girls, y'all have been, but first of all, before I ask this question, do any of you participate in any other sports?
I do. I
You
play
do?
softball. Yes,
You
sir.
do, softball, okay. Now, do all of you play club soccer? I mean, volleyball. Club, yeah. You play club?
Yes, sir.
You?
I used to.
Yeah. Do you?
I do not.
Okay. Well, because I was wondering about what the coach was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can't play club during the season though, can you? You just have to play the high school then, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, well that sort of makes sense. Now, all of you being seniors, what would you tell a young lady that maybe, believe it or not, young ladies that come and watch y'all play are going to be influenced one way or the other to maybe play volleyball one day. What would you tell a young lady, and we'll start with you, Michaela, what would you tell her that if she asked, why do you play? Well, what's it meant to you?
Well, like just the hard work that goes into it and the dedication, like you just have to work and improve yourself, and like it's just fun to like know that you're improving your skills and stuff.
Okay. Kayla, what would you say to
Well, I
her?
take it as in you put in a lot of work and like the result is always pleasing. So like it kind of like gives me the mindset in life, like the more you work hard for something, the better result you'll get from it.
Okay, Savannah?
Definitely to have passion for it, because like they said, you put in a lot of work, and if you don't have passion for it, then there's really no point in doing it. But if you do have passion for it and you see yourself improving, then it's a great feeling.
Well, I guess you girls have experienced this too. You are what you put into it, and the more you put into it, you know, I'm an older guy, so I'm old school. And what I mean by this, we have coaches now telling athletes, "I want 120% out of you." To me, 100's all you got. I'm very simple with the math, and I tell these coaches, and I wonder if you girls feel the same way about it. If you players are giving 100% of yourself to your sport, how can you be disappointed in that athlete? You can't be. So there's not no 110. When they tell you that, it's not there, okay? But listen, girls, you've been a delight to visit with. The last question I got for you, and all of you being seniors, I'm always interested in what you're going to say. And we'll start with you, Michaela. To this point in your young life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons?
My parents, because they pushed me to like do my best.
Good for you. Okay.
My parents also, because they're always pushing me to, you know, do my best and always strive to be on top.
Okay. So
Definitely my grandmother, because she took me in and provided me with everything I needed and just pushes me every day to be a better person.
well, I tell you what, y'all have been a delightful group. I've enjoyed having you. Now, I'm going to challenge you. Go out and try your best. That's all you can do to win that first championship. If y'all win it, we'll come back here and celebrate it, okay? But listen, you've had a great season thus far. Good luck the rest of the way. All seniors, as you head off to school, nothing but success down the road, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have another coach, other athletes. Don't go away. We'll be right back. The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors. A company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. We're at Huffman Electrical Contractors. A satisfied customer is always their number one objective.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well. And folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got an outstanding young coach here, and we're talking about Jessica Pickett of the Chelsea Hornets. And Coach, as we start the interview, tell us a little bit about your background, how you ended up being the volleyball coach there.
Well, this is starting my 5th year at Chelsea. I've coached at 2 other schools. I started the program at Otagoville School. I stayed there for 1 year, and then I was an assistant at Alexandria High School before I came to Chelsea.
So where did you go to high school?
I went to Ohatchee High School.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then from there, I played volleyball at the University of West Alabama for 4 years.
Okay, well, that's neat. Now, one question I enjoy asking coaches, because you get really some varied answers. As you started out your career, was your ambition to be a coach, or how did it come about if it wasn't?
Well, I always knew I wanted to help kids and give back in some way. So teaching is kind of my passion, and coaching goes along with it. So I love volleyball, and so that's another way that I could give back to kids, share something that I love with them.
How many years total have you been coaching?
This is my 8th season, so
okay.
When I get done, it'll be 8 years after this.
Well, that leads me to this question I always enjoy asking female coaches in particular. And it all started back when you were playing too, and a little bit before, but now the opportunities for young ladies to earn scholarships to college has really improved over the years. That their athletics has improved, and talk about that metamorphosis, if you will, the development of the young female athlete, because now they have the same opportunities as the guys and can play and get a little help going to school. So that's got to mean a bunch to them too.
Right, and I think that's something that a lot of the parents have pushed, that there's equality with the guys and the girls. But it's been fun to see volleyball grow. Club is a big thing now. Going to college is an aspiration for a lot of girls. Even beach volleyball is growing now, so it's getting more and more popular. So,
how do you feel about club volleyball?
I like it. I think it makes the girls better in the off season, so I think it's a good deal.
The reason I asked that question, and I've talked to other coaches about it as well, do you feel like it has hurt, for lack of a better term, park ball, as far as people trying to get in grassroots to playing soccer, about the most talented choosing to play outside the community? And I know I've heard a lot of coaches that have kids in different sports that they say that it's really damaged park ball. It's helped the athlete that wants to be the best they can be, because you end up playing better competition, which helps you in the long run. But do you see that trade-off there? Or could you tell where maybe it has helped the number of people that want to compete in, say, park ball in a community?
Yeah, but I mean, there are positives and negatives to club ball, but I think the girls who want to play for their community and play for their school, they're going to end up playing school ball too. So have that mix and play both.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, to me, school ball is more about pride for your community, because you're playing for more than just yourself.
Well, let's get to talking about that school ball a little bit. Going into this year, did you expect this team to compete and be as successful as they've been thus far?
Well, going into it, I knew we were going to shock some people, but I didn't think we would be this good. So the girls have exceeded my expectations. Last year, we lost 6 seniors. 4 of them went on to play college. And on our roster, we have 6 underclassmen. So we have 2 freshmen who play a lot and 4 sophomores who play a lot. So we're young, so we've got a lot of room to grow. So it's exciting to watch.
Well, I was going to say, not only are you young and have that room to grow, but with that youth being there, that's a positive as they move on up to the next grade. You know, it's like they're veterans, but not seniors. And so that's always a positive. But I think, like you say, you probably want a team that has that happy mixture of senior leadership and people with experience, and then having other people come along that makes the overall program that good. So it sounds like to me that it doesn't surprise you that they're playing as well as they are.
No, just the kind of people that they are, they're going to work hard every day. So I'm not surprised.
And from a coaching philosophy, are you one of these coaches that you hope that your team peaks toward the end of the season and are playing their best volleyball when the playoffs come? Of course, you got to hope that they stay on the mark where they are now, stay at that level, if not better. But I guess the main thing, instead of winning region titles, is it more important just to qualify? Is that, from that standpoint?
No, we have pretty high expectations. We want to win area. We want to go to super regionals and then make it to state. So these girls, they're ready to compete. So, and like you said, we do want to peak at the right time. It's October, so it's getting close to the time for us to peak and start connecting, and we talk about that every day at practice. We feel like we're going to peak at the right time.
And talking about your sport a little bit, let's talk about the support you have, not only from the administration, but all the way down to the parents. Talk about the support that you have for your team there at Chelsea.
Yeah, I don't think any community is going to beat the support that we have at Chelsea. Our fans are amazing, our parents, whatever you need them to do, they're there. Our school supports us. They expect the volleyball team to win, okay? And they're kind of, you know, sad if we don't. So they kind of feel what the girls feel. So it's a fun community to be in.
Well, now without putting you on the a spot or on the proverbial hot seat, going to ask you a question. Do you have aspirations of maybe coaching at the level, next level one day, or are you perfectly content where you are and dealing with these young ladies at this point in their lives?
I would love to. It will kind of depend on my family. I have a little boy who's 2 and my husband, so a lot of that plays a role in it too, but I would love to.
Well, now, I don't know, volleyball may be different from a lot of sports, but are you one of these coaches that, do you think your kids maybe play better on the road than at home? That a lot of times the kids think there's more pressure to win at home, and you go on the road and you're a little bit looser, rightly or wrongly, but do you have a feeling about that one way or the other?
I think we do play looser on the road, just thinking about it, because I think maybe 3 of our 5 losses have come at home, so.
Yeah. Well, I've often asked coaches that, and I've asked athletes about that too, and it'll surprise you what some of them say, that they'll say, no, it don't matter to me where I play. And of course, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
But then the other ones have said along those same lines that, hey, sometimes you feel like a little pressure's off, that you don't have to, you feel like you almost have to win at home, or you want to really bad, and that's just normal. But I tell you what, it looks like to me that your girls have got their mindset where you want them to be, and the only thing that you want them to do is just peak when the playoffs get here. They're right around the corner. So as we end this conversation, I would hope that you and your team end up, one, being the best you can be once the playoff gets here. And then once you get into them, as the old saying goes, anything can happen.
Right.
So we wish you all the luck in the world. Thanks for coming by. You seem to be doing a fantastic job there at Chelsea, and I wish I could get that fly, but so far I haven't. But best of luck to you. And like I said, I tell other coaches this, hey, you end up winning a title, we'll come back and celebrate it right here. Okay?
Thank you for having us.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. We get back. 4 young ladies been very instrumental in the success Chelsea's had thus far, and the season's just a little half over. Got a lot to look forward to. We'll be right back.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
The next time you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, you need to call Huffman Electrical Contractors, a company that's been in business for over 35 years. They've served clients not only locally in the Birmingham area and all over the state, but have clients outside the state of Alabama as well. Whether it's a new building or remodeling an older building or home, they can handle the job for you. Once again, that's Huffman Electrical Contractors. The number to call is 205-661-5005. That's 205-661-5005. Where at Huffman Electrical Contractors, a satisfied customer is always their #1 objective. Okay, girls, as you can tell, I've got 4 beautiful young athletes here. Sitting closest to me, Ashley Mock, a senior. Now, you're a setter, outside setter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does that mean? Outside, you're outside the court? You know, you're on the outside?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're setting somebody up for the kill, right?
That's right.
Okay. Sarah Swee,
Yes.
a junior, and you're a setter.
Yes, sir.
So you're trying to make somebody else look good, right?
Yeah, I set her up.
Okay. Victoria Schmier, a sophomore, and you're a libero.
Yes, sir.
Libero. That's a defensive specialist, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means you try to knock down them shots when people try to hit the kill shots.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I know a bunch about volleyball. I did football play-by-play all my life, so I learn something new every day when I talk to young athletes. Hope, you are a freshman. Okay. An outside hitter.
Yes, sir.
Now, a hitter, when it says hitter, is that more of an offensive person or a defensive person?
Offensive.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a mixture of both because you have to block and stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Ashley, going into this year, senior, what did you expect out of yourself and your teammates?
That's a good question. I was expecting a lot coming into the year just because we had kind of an entirely brand new team since we lost 6 seniors.
Right.
And so we had a lot of new girls coming up, and so it was interesting to see them play and step up to the plate, as well as the juniors and sophomores who already had playing experience.
Good, good. Sarah, being a junior and a setter, does it surprise you the success y'all have had so far?
I would like to say that it doesn't surprise me because you want to be confident in your team, but at the beginning of the season I didn't really know what to expect because like Ashley said, we're all pretty young and most of us got pulled up from JV and we didn't have many returning varsity players, and so I guess I expected us to be sort of rusty and not mesh very well, and that's something that we're still working on is communication and stuff like that, but I expected us to not, I didn't expect us to be as good as we are.
Yeah, now her saying something there, Ashley, spurns this next question. Chemistry. Team chemistry is so important because it'll make you not only better as an individual, but better as a team. So it sounds like the chemistry on this team is pretty good because y'all really didn't totally know what to expect, right, from that standpoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Victoria, now you're a sophomore,
Yes,
libero, which means that you're a defensive specialist, so I know what your job is to make sure some of them kills that come over the net go right back quicker than they came, right? Does it surprise you that that your team has had this kind of success thus far?
No, sir, I don't, because we have a lot of talented players and we all uplift each other, and that helps a lot too.
Well, you know what? That once again, that's that team chemistry situation where if the chemistry and this, y'all had the team where you had that opportunity for it to mesh in a positive way, it could be destructive if it goes the other way, So it sounds like that you girls have had the right attitude and are really combining great. Hope, being a freshman, are you a starter?
I am.
Did that surprise you? Did you think that you might be able to start as a freshman?
I definitely did not. I thought I was not going to play at all, honestly.
So evidently, we're finding out that you had more talent than you thought you did.
Definitely.
Well, that's good. I mean, I was telling the coach, y'all are one of the few teams that has brought a senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman. And all of y'all are starters, right?
Diversity.
Correct?
Yes.
Good, good. All right, and this ought to be good. We got 4, and I tell you, girls are live wires. You're good in the classroom. You know how I know you're good in the classroom? Because if you don't qualify in the classroom, you don't make it to the volleyball court, do you?
You're right.
Right, so we got to take care of that.
It's all both.
Now, you girls, female athletes, are probably like us guy athletes. We're a superstitious bunch. Now, I'm always interested in how girls feel about this. So, Ashley, do you have any kind of superstitions?
I do. Literally yesterday at our game, I had to have my mom bring my Lucky socks. They're gray with red and blue anchors on them, and my Lucky spandex, because I have to play with them every game.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't feel like you could be your best without them, right?
Not without them.
I got a shocking conclusion to reveal to you. That probably really doesn't help you one way or the other.
It's all about the mental.
Yes, it's your ability, and you got the ability, but that's nice. I mean, I think we've all got those little idiosyncrasies about us or superstitions. Sarah, how about you? Do you have any?
Honestly, no. I'm not like a believer in like jinx or like
Right.
stuff like that. Like if I don't, I used to be like that. I used to have a lucky pair of socks, but then one time they were dirty and I couldn't wear them, so.
Won anyway,
and
didn't
knocked
you?
them. Yeah, I won. I played good that game too. So I was like, you know what?
So you
forget
said
the
after
socks.
that, I'm playing barefooted, right?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, you know what? Whatever it takes, I'm gonna play.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this, and y'all probably done got this figured out. It doesn't really matter what about the superstitions, because I don't think it helps you one way or the other. But you know what I think does help? That the good Lord wants you to, the way you compete, that's what He's looking for. And win, lose, or draw, one, if you give all you got to give, 100%, no 125%, okay, 100%, and you do it the right way, good things are going to happen. Victoria, now, do you have any superstitions?
Yes, sir. My knee pads are destroyed. One of them, like, it's literally like you can see like where they sewed it, but I always wear it on the left knee, and I will not get a new pair of knee pads until the season ends because.
Well, if I should ever come and watch y'all play, don't get mad at me if I'm down there looking at your now knee to see what's on. No. Hope, how about you?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, well that's good. I mean, because one way or the other, you're going to do the best you can do anyway. But one other thing, I know you play hard. We talked about that because your record indicates that. You study hard because you're out there on the court. That means you qualified. What I want to know is what do you girls do to unwind, to just relax? And you all, whether it's a hobby or exactly what is it that you do to just take the pressure off of the books and the volleyball court? And we'll start with you, Ashley.
I would say watching Netflix.
Watching Netflix, okay.
Never fails.
Sister Sarah, how about you?
Honestly, between school and volleyball, I don't do much, but I really like to bake. Like,
Really?
I like
Come
making
on.
muffins so much, so I
Really?
make muffins a lot.
Well, bless your heart. If I came to see you, I'd never go hungry, right? Okay. Victoria, how about you?
I really like to watch collegiate volleyball. I like to watch Stanford and Wisconsin play.
Well, bless your heart. That's got to work for you. Hope?
I watch YouTube a lot, and it definitely takes my mind off volleyball in school.
Really? Well, girls, let me tell you this. That's a complete shocker to me that one of you four girls didn't say shopping. I've never met a girl that didn't want to shop.
Yeah.
So, but
None of us
also
like
that
to
lets me know y'all have other ways of taking that pressure off. That's good. Listen, you've had a great season thus far, but you want to end up being the best you can be at the end of the year. And if you could, just possibly, boy, wouldn't it be nice to win a title? I'll make you a promise.
Yes.
Y'all win a title.
Yes.
We'll bring the coach the trophy and we'll set it right there and we'll celebrate it, okay?
Pizza
All right.
party.
I can make us muffins.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
muffins.
absolutely. Girls, the very last question. I enjoy asking all these young athletes this. Who's been the most inspirational person or persons in your life to this point? We'll start with you, Ashley.
I would say my dad, just because even when he's not there at my games to support me physically, he always makes sure that he texts me and tells me good luck, and he always tells me to get a yellow card for some reason because he thinks that that'd be cool, but he doesn't understand that it's not
right.
good.
No, Dad doesn't. Well, that's good. And Sister Sarah, how about you?
I'd probably say my dad also, because my dad's like one of the parents that's like very, very into our volleyball, and like I have a brother and an older sister, and he's always super like everywhere. He's always around, always making sure that like we're doing the best we can, always supporting us, and it helps a lot.
And that's a positive motivation for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Victoria?
I would say my parents because they both work very hard and let me do it like I love to do, and I appreciate that.
Okay, Hope?
I would say my dad because he always pushes me really hard, and he's an athlete himself, and he got a scholarship and stuff. So I really want to be like him.
Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the girls, all I want you to be is a wiener. Winner. But I want you to be a winner and do the best you can do, and maybe the next time we meet, we'll have that trophy right there, okay?
That's right.
But if not, now you're the only senior, so as you go off to school, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Girls, the rest of you got a career that's going to last 1, 2, and 3 more years, so maybe there'll be a championship. But I guarantee you we'll satisfy everybody, including the senior, if we do it this year, okay?
That's true.
Good to see you, and good luck to y'all the rest of the
Thank
season.
you.
And folks, we've had another outstanding evening with 2 outstanding coaches, some outstanding athletes. We'll do it again next week. Till then, you know what the snapper always says, bye.